Good afternoon and good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the 70 Star Open. We got a exciting matchup here between Seba54 and Aleph. I am CS44, and with me in the commentary booth is Tabby Storm. Tabby, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm excited to see how this race goes between both of them. Knowing Sabas is on keyboard, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I believe that is correct. Seba is on keyboard, is a keyboard player. Aleph is on VVC, playing with a normal controller, but still, we got two very different platforms going against each other here, or at least two very different ways of playing. Seba, I'll start with you. How are you feeling about the matchup here?
I'm feeling good. I haven't played the game in a while, but I don't know why. I'm good.
All right, glad to hear it. And Aleph on the other side of things, flashing the GameCube controller. How are you feeling about this matchup?
I'm feeling pretty confident. I had a really good 90-star run 2 days ago, and yeah, haven't played 70 that much, but I mean, the stars are basically the same, so I'm not too worried.
All right, perfect. Glad you're all feeling good. I'm ready to go. Are you both in the Racetime GG lobby?
Yes.
All right, perfect. So when you are both ready to go, ready to kick off, just go ahead and ready up in that lobby, and we'll get this thing started.
Okay, I made my way to spectate in that race time, and the timer has started.
All right, best of luck to both of you.
And good luck to these both of them. Now, Aleph PB is a 47-46, and a Sebas is 49-28.
Yeah, you know, there is a little bit of a PB gap between the two of them. Honestly, the fact that Seba has a 54 or a 49 rather, and plays on a keyboard is just remarkable. In all honesty,
Impressive.
that is so crazy to me that he pulls that off. But Aleph, you know, coming in with a 47, a high 47, any 47 is also a remarkable feat. So it's gonna be an interesting matchup.
I remember some keyboard runners. Some of them were some ROM hack runners, and some others are like Sigo to Sebas and other more. Both of them making like it is skip. Sebas is however on Japanese version, so had an early head start.
Yeah, if only by a few seconds. You know, the English version of SM64 is technically faster for 70 star, but it really doesn't make too much of a difference. And it looks like Aleph is going to be starting off this run with an island hop attempt.
With that
And he
camera
nails it.
angle,
that is a surprising camera angle. I have never seen that.
I've seen that before. It's really scary to pull off.
That's nuts. And regardless, Aleph pulling off the clean island hop to start the run, flashing a little bit of that 47 prowess very early in this
A little
race.
1-star difference and a 6-second time save. I mean, it does save like around 6 seconds when it comes to castle movement routing.
Yeah, definitely. It saves the need to go back into BOB twice later in the route. So it does save a little bit of time here in 70 star. So already seeing a pretty big differential in routing.
I did
between
notice
these two
that
runners.
Sebas is going for WOMS 8 and Aleph is going for WOMS 10.
Yeah, you know, WOMS 8, I see a lot of runners at all skill levels go for WOMS 8, and I guess it doesn't really make too much of a difference. WOMS 9 only saves about a second.
0.7
WOMS 8.
seconds.
Yeah, even less than a second, exactly. And that's if everything is done optimally in terms of, castle movement and things. So, doing Womps 8 at, even a 49 is not that big of a deal, to be honest. And, if you run 16 star, you're probably even more used to it. So, do your thing, runners. That's all I can say. And it looks like Seba was going for the pro cycle. Just missed it. Gonna have to go with the half cycle here for 100 coin here in Womp's Fortress. And it looks like Aleph is gonna be setting up for a sock folder setup for Canonless.
Oh, Seba's almost slipping off. You know the one big flaw when you're on keyboard, you cannot walk.
Yep. It is hard. It is hard to inch Mario slowly forward. So it takes away a little bit of the precise controls that one might be used to on keyboard, or on a controller rather. And Seba missed a coin there at the end, but managing to side flip, get it as a backup. Very nicely done. Good half cycle movement here from Seba, and Aleph is going for the pro cycle.
And
Nice.
he gets it. He has missed 2 coins, he can't miss any more.
And he's gonna have to play it safe here. But looking like he's not gonna have much of an issue here. Grabbing that 7th red coin.
And he gets it.
Alright, very clean 100 coin here from Aleph. And gonna be tying up the star count with that. But
A little dust and could not make it longer, he just had to kick all the way up from Seba's.
What a backup.
Some backups are a little bit dumb and unusual, but very much needed.
Yeah, making it work there for himself. I mean, typically I feel like in that scenario I would just accept that I didn't get the height originally and just slip down and go for the side flip, but Seba
He had a
doesn't
huge
care.
dust, could not roll out, so... However, yeah, having a little stream buffering here.
Now, what is a live speedrunning event without a little bit of stream buffering?
If you are there in the event.
Oh, Seba just long jumping right into the top of the tower. That top of the tower is a very scary place to long jump, to be honest. It just feels like it's never gonna work, but it just does. It's confusing. Alright. Aleph fighting the Womp King here. Still needs the Womp King and the Tower Star. Going to be exiting Womps with 10 stars. And Seba's going to be working on his 2 slides here.
Let's see if this is going to be a 12.14.1. Point 2.
So close. So
I
close.
nearly stand corrected.
Man, if it wasn't for that bonk, probably would have been looking like a 12.
0.7 or 8. Could have been. And Aleph is gonna be finishing with a Womps 10 with a clean tower.
Yeah, looking very, very sharp on that movement. You know, it's not too late to make this a best of 3, so, you know, potentially we could try again for some 12-second slide times, who knows.
12.9 from Seba.
Alright, Aleph into the slide.
No in need of lag reduction since he's on emulator.
Yeah, neither of these runners are going to be needing lag reduction here. Very base, very cool. Aleph with the 12.8 slide time.
12.8. Yeah, that was scary, but worth it. Oh, Aleph going from the opposite side.
Oh, see, I had never seen this done until I watched Lunar Jump run 70 star, and that was the first person I saw do the reds in reverse order.
And did he just abandon the wing cap button?
He must
If
be
that
going.
is the case, we might see side hop in LLL.
Yeah, probably feeling confident in the side hop.
I could say that side hop could be faster than the wing cap route if you are really good at that star. So I really have faith in Aleph to get that real fast.
Yeah, side hop is it's just another one of those decisions that you can make where if you're really, really good at the star, then it can work out for you, but otherwise probably just safer to take the wing cap, but if you're feeling confident, then you know, go for it. I think Hatboy Timo in the chat knows some information that either of us might not be aware of. Perhaps maybe about a decision that Aleph is going to make later on in the run.
Just the usual Aleph route. Oh, the tail glitch in this sort of way. Now I know what Hatboy meant. What was awaiting for us. That little tail grab.
Yeah, pretty swaggy, honestly. Pretty swag strat. Alright, Seba going in for Sky Jump here in BOB. Obviously, not necessary for Aleph out of Dark Road. Got Island Hop to start the run, so he's just going
Aleph
straight
is all the way to the lead.
Yeah, as of now. And that is where the Island Hop advantage comes in. Being able to go straight to CCM, do not need the castle movement.
And it would seem that Aleph is going for CCM 18.
Interesting decision, actually. At a 47-46, you would think you would see some CCM 17, maybe some double pillarless action, but you know, maybe he does usually go for it, but just not feeling it in a race setting, which totally understandable. Double plus is pretty hard to pull off.
It is. Now let's see if he can make this wall kick work, and he does.
Ooh, very nicely done. With the rollout right under the star too, very nice. And Seba trying to follow that up with a wall kicks will work of his own.
But he's a little ahead of he gets it.
Oh, okay.
Out of the angle, but he can make this.
And the angle wasn't looking too good, but not taking a death there is honestly a lot more preferable than, you know, taking a death.
Now, all Aleph has is 100 and Penguin. And so is Seba going for that as well.
Aleph working on 100 coin here.
Going for the blue coin strat,
Well, perhaps
which means
we
he cannot miss a single coin.
could be seeing a slide skip, perhaps.
It is a slide skip he's going for.
Alright, the Mario
he-
Camp C down is an interesting decision.
And can he get it? Yes, he
Nice.
does.
God, that is a really scary angle to try and go for that. Oh, man.
Even scarier because you cannot miss a single coin when you're doing this.
Yeah, gotta get every single coin if you miss one. Well, I mean, I guess it depends on where you miss one, but if you miss one before the, you know, where you actually skip off the slide, you can't just finish it regularly, but if after you skip the portion of the slide you miss one, you're not looking too good. A lot harder to back that up.
And Aleph is on his way to BBH.
Yeah, things are about to get a little scary here, chat. You know, if you need to look away, it's fine. I totally understand.
If there's gonna be a bunch of people leaves.
You can people leave for at least the next 2 minutes.
The next 2 stars and
Yeah. Bonus points if you have any rubber bands that you can play with.
going for the punch with strat.
Yeah, just a tiny bit safer than the long jump one. Doesn't lose a lot of time in comparison. You know, in a race, it is definitely a good idea to choose some safer strats. Devious asking a question. You can't miss any at all if you do the slide Atom Pass route. If you miss one before the skip, it's not a good thing. I think, is the Atom Pass route the one that doesn't get the blues? I suppose that would probably be it. If you don't get the blues, you can't miss one. I'm not too sure.
And Aleph getting mixed. I did not want to say anything because I'm afraid I would end up cursing it, so it's been blessed
This
by
is
staying
a plus
silent.
run.
I may be a silent type, and it sometimes works.
Definitely do not want to be cursing anybody. That would be an awful thing. Especially to have it broadcasted live to the lovely people of Cool Cat Gang.
And he gets his first plus. There's no double plus from either of them. Muscle memory, despite of me having my own route.
Oh!
Oh!
Still
Oh.
going for 2 pluses.
That is unexpected. Not what I had in mind. I guess Aleph just happened to jinx me up after mistaking a little bit.
Going for the double Tamas on CCM 18.
The question remains, what star is he skipping?
Maybe he just skips the wing cap star in LLL. Which is an interesting star to skip, since it is very quick.
It is a fast star. I'm not sure if that is a possible star to skip. If there is a slow star somewhere around in basement.
It would be boring if I would tell you, Hatboy says. So there's a surprise later in this run, it seems like.
A logical opinion, because we might as well want to see what does he skip. If he skips triple bullies, I guess it makes sense.
I mean, I would totally skip a bully star if I had the option, to be honest.
Aleph route, the Hat Boy said, so I guess it makes sense. People have their own routes. Then again, he doesn't have wing cap, so.
I'll have to see what the decision is. I wonder if it's going to be an LLO or if it's going to be a star upstairs, perhaps. This man might just mess around and skip Fire Sea Reds, who knows?
Or skipping chests, I guess? That might be the only star he might skip. It's what I'm guessing. Commentators guessing what star Aleph is gonna skip.
Devious, yes, Seba is the keyboard player. You are correct.
However, Aleph did get a clean side hop. And now he's going for L boost. Pro boost.
Oh, very nice. And making it look very easy. Alright, so the star that's being skipped is not an LLL, it would appear. So, it's anyone's guess at this point. I feel like...
Could be bullies. 'Cause that's the
potentially.
longer star in Ella. Getting a little burn.
Not a big deal, able to back it up very nicely there. And Seba almost striking disaster on Lava Boost there.
And saved it from pole grabs. So he is going for bullies, so we might see what he might skip in DDD if it is chest star. That's the other longer star I know. Okay. A little ledge gun from Aleph, entering in the volcano.
Right, looks like he's going to be wrapping things up in LLL here, so getting every star.
Going a little safe at the end. DS tournament? That's a really good question, actually. If that happens, that would be exciting. Every strats that Taz has done in the N64 version, humans have done it in DS version, as in mode skip, death star skip, star canceling skip, if that makes sense to you.
Yeah, perhaps we can get the SM64 DS event going. Get some races here on CCG.
DS version co-op EXE mod, since that mod is now finally repaired. Okay, I don't know what happened to Seba, but I guess he missed chess, so he's going for sub now.
Yeah, it might be hard to back up chess on keyboard. Perhaps I'm not 100% sure. Honestly,
I used to try and learn speeder from a keyboard, so it's not that too hard to swim when you're navigating around.
I mean, it definitely isn't the efficient thing to do to go for the substar first, but
Because how you enter inside faster.
yeah. Seba must have a plan. I'm gonna let him do his thing.
And Aleph is making his way to fires.
Not before he gets
So-
Manta.
Yeah. Manta. Star count making me to lose my muscle memory of him having an extra star. You're missing an early ring. At least he gets the rest.
Seba coming in with a frown in the chat. And Aleph into Fire Sea here. Is getting Fire Sea Reds, so not the star that he's going to be skipping here with that double plus.
I think it's what Jai 100 he's skipping.
Potentially. I'm
And
just
only
trying to...
going for secret.
I'm trying to think of just like long stars in upstairs that going for that second Tama could potentially save. And Seba taking a burn at the beginning. Neither runner here is going to be getting a tremendously fast cycle. But, you know, Fire Sea Reds, as long as you make it through to the end without taking any sort of death, pretty much all you can ask for.
I see Hatboy's excited to see what star is Aleph skipping. I'm sure it's gonna be an unexpected one. For all we know,
Hatboy
we are
kinda-
guessing about longer stars.
He's gonna skip like Deep Freeze and SL or something. Just like the
I'm gonna lose
shortest
my
star.
head if he does this. I'm gonna lose my head or veins or something. If that is something Benji would do, to be honest.
That's like the most swag thing ever. Go for a second pillarless to skip Deep Freeze.
However, Aleph might be listening to us at the moment, so
Yeah,
who knows?
Maybe he's just gonna do whatever star that we're not guessing. Like, who knows?
Chili's. I'm not sure if he's nearly about to laugh about his webcam because he's hearing us, because he's only muted at the moment.
That is true. He just decides every run.
Who knows if he's gonna end up skipping Deep Freeze or Freeze less.
I honestly, at this point, I really hope it's Deep Freeze, to be honest. Like, just I just want to see that. Alright, Seba done with Fire Sea, gonna be headed upstairs. Sadly, not Deep Freeze, that would be hilarious though. Ah, well, maybe
Could
next race.
be Breezeless or shocking arrow lifts if that is the case. Or GTC hundreds, cruiser,
He's about
horses.
to
Toads, I
He's
think.
gonna skip a Toad Star. Oh my god.
He's gonna go full Okami mode. Just don't get any toads.
Oh my
If
goodness.
you may or may not heard, Sean Raider encouraged Okami to skip toads during a tournament race, and he did that, and made excuses of him saying that toads were not wearing masks. I don't know where I'm supposed to begin from this little trolling. It's somewhere around Sean's YouTube. It's ridiculous. Oh my god, Aleph's going for THI
Going
Red.
for red, skipped wet dry rolled 100 and secrets. Gonna be going for
I'm afraid
THI
he's
red.
definitely skipping Toad. If he skips Toad, someone clip this and send this to Okami, so Okami can be proud of Aleph.
Oh my goodness. No way.
So he has 2 extra stars.
Alright. Seba, on the other hand, on the other side of things, having a little trouble with wet dry world 100 there.
Back to 0 extra. Wait, is he skipping piranhas and top of the town? Could be.
I think he got reds to get himself to 39, because that's usually what you leave wet dry world with. And now he's just gonna get the 3 regular stars.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, now he's just gonna get the 3 regular ones that you get in THI. So I think he might be skipping another, since he didn't get secrets or 100 coin in wet dry world.
Oh, he never got secrets? I mean, hundreds?
I don't think so.
Huh.
Oh, okay. I see the explanation now. All right. So he had extra stars from both getting CCM 18 and double plus. Then he skips wet dry world 100 and secrets to be 1 star behind, and then he gets THI reds to be tied with the star count.
So I guess we're back in regular routing.
I suppose so, unless he has any more surprises for us.
He is listening to us, no doubt, so he might do something to troll us.
We'll have to see. Seba into THI after leaving wet dry world here.
Okay. I nearly set foot in my Ethernet cable, but it's all safe. I had a little.
Disconnecting during the middle of the race. We'll
It's
see it.
nearly loose from the inside, so
Oh god.
it's all safe. It was just a 1-second disconnection, so I'm safe.
Thank goodness I would get scared by myself.
Look at that. Okay.
Oh,
I remember
my
this
God.
strat. I used to try that during my beginner life, but I never
That is-
bothered that in runs.
That's a pretty cool strat. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Alright, Aleph going for the log wall kick again here. Very nice top of the mountain star here for him. And Seba, not incredibly far behind. There is a lot of mistakes that can be made for the rest of the run here from Aleph, so definitely can't count him out quite yet. And he's going to be leaving THI, going to be joining Aleph in TTM.
Going for TTM Reds. And
Very nicely done. That is such a beautiful ending.
And according to Aleph, he's on PB pace.
Oh man. All right. Gonna have to see how the rest of this plays out.
Going for breeze for missing the speed kick.
And perhaps not wanting to tempt fate here with any sort of breezeless attempts.
Especially when he's on PB pace. So.
Absolutely.
And he's... Oh, I remember this chat too. Just going from another angle as to just skip the ledge grab.
Alright, star count for Aleph is going to get pretty quickly inflated here, just because SL is full of some pretty quick stars. But as soon as Seba catches up after 2 more stars in TTM here, that star count between the 2 runners will be looking a little less drastic. But Seba having a very nice reds here in TTM.
Very clean.
His mushroom movement was looking very spicy. And I think it is 100% worth mentioning that Seba is playing on a keyboard right now. Like this is crazy. It's so
Rubbing
crazy.
his hands, knowing that this is more than anything. Okay, says hi to Chucky and then gets the star.
Have there been any real mistakes by either runner? Honestly, not really. Both of these runners have been having pretty clean runs. Maybe like tiny things here and there, but nothing drastic. No deaths, no tumbles from really high up or anything like that. Oh my goodness.
Seba missing the wall kick, having a good G-bomb. Aleph getting the MIPS. Second MIPS.
Alright, Seba going back into Snowman's Land here. Aleph just about to enter into HMC.
Ooh, having a little bit of trouble there. But gets it.
Oh, Seba,
Never mind.
no!
I spoke too soon.
Backed up the triple jump really, really nicely there, but just not able to get over the ledge. So close to making it over, too. That was, like, pretty much the last pixel. And Aleph. Oh,
Ooh.
triple box jump at HMC, not being kind.
Having a little trouble with the angle here. Going to be backing it up by crashing his whole body on a button.
Pretty clean Christmas miracle to back up the triple box jump attempt here for Aleph. Definitely going to be losing some time there.
And Seba is going for TTC 100 less, but he's going for SL Reds. How did that rhyme, actually?
Tabby just dropping bars in the chat during one of the most intense
Unintentional,
races.
but a welcome one.
Alright, Aleph, second time around on triple box jump. Nailing it. Absolute bars coming out from Tabby. Alright, so Seba getting SL Reds here, not going to be messing around with any sort of TTC 100 business. Don't blame him, honestly, especially in a race. Not sure if he does it in his regular runs, but, you know, especially when you have an opportunity to make a comeback here, as Tippy is fast approaching for Aleph. Probably a good idea not to tempt fate with 100 coin in TTC.
And he's about to be finishing the stage with one more star.
Oh,
Okay, a little miss, but
no big
at
deal.
least he's lucky from RNG, from all those boulders.
Alright, Aleph done with HMC. Gonna be going on upstairs to Tippy. And Seba just about to enter HMC here. As we go on into Tippy here, just want to remind everybody in the audience that you can follow both of these runners on Twitch, Seba54 and Aleph. They are both streamers, both very talented runners. And you can also follow me and Tabby. We are also both streamers. Us as commentators. We both play Mario. We both do this from time to time. So definitely be sure to give everybody in the booth here a follow, and the racers. And Aleph landing a very, very nice lag 2 bounce there.
Yeah, I have made my eye on Aleph splits. He's currently on pace. Best possible time of 47.32.
Ooh, okay. Gonna have to see how this plays out for him. He's been playing very consistently, so things are looking good for him.
And Seba crashing his own body as well, hitting the switch. I have a little jokes about this star, so especially when it comes to crashing onto it. Okay, going for the safe way, and he gets it.
Looking very nice there for Aleph. Seba needs 2 more stars, and HMC here did get SL Reds. So is going to be leaving HMC with 59 rather than the 58 of most TTC 100 runners.
That is has reds left.
Oh, really nice. I feel like you don't really see the triple jump there that often, but pretty good looking. Ooh, Seba getting bullied by the boulders just a little bit, but able to quickly back it up there at the end. So he's going to be making his way into Rainbow Ride next.
Ahead by 0.2. Aleph is, and best possible time 47.35.
Alright, so this TTC is going to be pretty big for Aleph here. Let's see how he can handle it. The pressure of a race and being on pace.
I must not say any more thing when he's going for a harder star. So I'll focus on Seba for that.
Yeah, let's just let him do his thing, you know? Let's just let him cook. Let him cook a little bit.
Seba might catch up as fast as he can, even though he's not going for hundreds. He's getting L bounce.
Can really
From a
clean with the
keyboard.
lag 2 bounce.
Still impressive from him using the keyboard.
It's just like, you're watching him play the game, you're like, oh yeah, this is some cool stuff. Like, I've seen this before. And then you remember, oh, he's playing on a keyboard. That's right. Oh, God. It's so impressive.
And Aleph finally getting a clean. Not finally, just getting a clean. And Seba getting his first death.
That is the first death between either of these runners in this race. And it comes at such a pivotal time in the race. And Rainbow Ride, the opportunity to make a comeback. And another death.
Another death.
No, Seba. Back-to-back deaths. Super, super unfortunate.
I see now why.
Oh my goodness, Aleph with
Oh
the
my
swag. Oh
I
my-
missed it all, but I did know what he was going for. The moving bars.
That is so beautiful.
The Aleph route. This is.
Yeah, that's just what he does.
What are we
That's
gonna
crazy.
see next, though? Moving reds.
Oh, okay. Man. Doing that on pace in a run, pulling that strat off, making it look so easy. That's crazy. That's crazy.
You got Cage and Hand. I think he got Hand. I mean Cage.
He did
Yeah.
not get. I don't think he got roll into the cage yet. I think he still has get a hand, roll into the cage.
Cage and
And
Reds. And I think it's Toad. Did he get Toad early?
Yeah, he got towed beforehand, so
Okay.
is a TTC 70 runner. And not going to be doing moving reds. Probably a good idea. All right.
And one more star from Aleph. And he's gonna be going up to the dark sky.
This is going to be really close. I'm not entirely sure what his bits gold is, but this is going to be extremely close to PB pace.
I must have a look at what pace. 47:37 best possible time.
Ooh, minus 2.8 on his PB. Aleph on PB pace, going into Bowser in the sky. Can we get some prages in chat for clean bits?
Oh,
This is big, starting things
I have
off.
faith in him. I have faith in Aleph. Even with this sort of mistake, I still have faith in him. He's going safe.
He has time to work with. He has a little bit of time to work with. So
Oh, that was scary.
does not need to do anything crazy here. And gonna be going for moving right side. Get in the ledge grab.
Standing right.
Still making it work.
Getting the
side
back
flip.
up, side flip strat.
Oh my goodness.
Now he has throws to deal with.
Oh, this is gonna be so close. This is gonna be so close. Oh my god. He's gonna need some quick throws here. This is going to be extremely close.
Can he get the throws? 3 out of 3.
Throw
We got
number
a
1. Looking good. Quick regrab there. Throw number 2.
Number 2.
That's looking good. Aleph throw.
And the number 3.
He lands it. This is gonna be so close. Did he get it?
I did it.
He did it.
PB by 1 second.
Let's go. PB by 1 second
PB
in
by
a
1
race.
second.
I'm sorry.
A 40.38, like a 0.8 second PB.
Oh my goodness.
Point by 0.8. How are you feeling, Aleph?
GG's. Built different. Oh my goodness. What a run. What a run. To do. That's just the norm for Aleph, though. And 70 star, that's just what he does. It's so crazy. That's insane. Pulling all that off. On pace, in a race. Very, very impressive.
How are you feeling, Aleph? What about your PB and victory?
I haven't expected that.
You know, in the pregame, you said you were feeling confident. In the race you did, or in the race going in, you know, you did that 90 star run before you mentioned.
Yeah, exactly.
You think that played a part in anything?
Yeah, I don't know. I was like, well, I haven't made any mistakes yet, any big mistakes, just some minor movement things, and the run's going pretty good. But until like TTM, I didn't even thought about this run. Like, I thought there has to be a major mistake, like at least in TTC. At least TTC, but there wasn't.
Yeah,
I mean,
everything.
100 points in TTC, well, could have been better, but anyway, I mean, I'm just surprised.
Yeah, the tippy in general for me was just super, super clean. Like you said, just the small things, but nothing major, nothing that's losing you a lot of time. And as we see Seba going for it, Bowser in the Sky here hitting a nice moving left. Your Bowser in the Sky, were you really feeling the nerves then going into that? Thinking about the run being minus 2.8, I think it was, on your PB. How are you feeling going into that bits?
Yeah, I was nervous, definitely. The nerves kicked in, but I mean, I didn't expect 2 PB, so I mean, there was nothing to lose, right?
Definitely.
So yeah, but I was still nervous. I was definitely.
I'm not sure if you were listening to us, but we've been guessing what stars you were going to skip when we saw you going for double plus with 8
Yes, I've been
CCN.
listening.
We
Then we figured that it was hundreds and wet dry. I guess it was only hundreds, but it was just hundreds and secrets.
Yeah, exactly. And this is my standard route. So I did all of my runs with this, nearly all of my runs with this route, because I never liked Wet Dry World 100. Also, I think Wet Dry World 100 isn't. I mean, it's faster than my route, but just by a few seconds, and you have to even have good RNG for that.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially on the second skeeter.
Yeah, an interesting route for sure. But pulling it off very, very nicely. Getting that PB in a race. Big congrats to you. That was an amazing, amazing run for you.
Thank you. Yes, yes, it was.
Especially considering the circumstances of being an attorney and
Yeah.
You know, doing it live. It's not easy. So big
Sometimes you have to grind for weeks, and then you just play a little bit 90 star, go into a race, and then boom, PB. And I don't know how, but I'm just happy. And also GG's to Seba as well.
Yeah, Seba wrapping up with a 51-14. Welcome back into the booth. That run for you was looking pretty good. And not a lot of big mistakes. Up until Rainbow Ride, you took the double deaths trying to go for, I think it was Tricky Triangles on that setup. How are you feeling about your run here?
Honestly, I feel like I played pretty bad, but even if I played good, I wouldn't have won, so it's fine. Congrats on the PB. That was insane. Honestly.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much.
Really good runs from both of you, honestly. Kept it pretty close throughout the whole thing. I mean, the star count at most was probably like 4 or 5 separated, which, you know, in 70 star, that's not an insurmountable gap by any means. So still definitely had an opportunity to make a comeback, but still had a good run either way. So GG's to both of you. Very excellent race. Once again, Aleph, congrats on the PB.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem at all. All right. That was an amazing race. Very happy to have commentated it. Tabby, thank you for joining me in the booth. That was a lot of fun.
No problem. And
Everybody, oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, you keep going. I was about to check who's Aleph gonna race next.
Oh, okay. Yeah, definitely check on that. Everybody in the audience, again, make sure to follow both of these runners, Aleph and Seba, on Twitch. The links are in the chat. Both very good at Mario. Very talented runners in their own respects, in their own rights. And if you want to follow myself and Tabby here in the commentary booth, we are also both streamers. So definitely be sure to do that. And you can follow the Cool Cat Gang here on Twitch to get more races such as this. And, you know, from Mario 64, from other games, CCG has a lot of content that they are planning, and it's all very exciting. So definitely be sure to drop CCG a follow here. And one last thing, coming up very soon, at the conclusion of the 70 Star Open, there is going to be the 70 Star Pro League, which is the top 16 runners from the N64 brackets. That tournament is going to have a community-funded prize pool. So if you do want to donate to support those runners, you can go ahead and click that link as well. 100% of your donations are going to be going to the runners. CCG does not retain any of it. So if you do want to support some very talented Mario 64 runners, definitely click on that link.
Looks like Aleph is now in the finals bracket.
Let's go.
And no one in the losers bracket has made there anytime yet.
So who could Aleph be playing then in this next matchup?
There are chances. Could be Sonic Gordon, Oakenham, Cease, or Loka.
All right. Hey, either way, those are going to be some exciting matchups. All 4 of those runners are also very talented. So definitely looking forward to seeing what happens and what's next for Aleph here. Once again, GG's to both the runners. On behalf of myself, Tabby, and everybody else in the booth, thank you all for watching. And be sure to stay tuned here on CCG. We have Markinator coming up next in the 70 Star Open. So make sure to stay tuned for that. Hang around. And once again, thank you for watching.